here I am again, Andrea Chapman, with some wonderful insight into your personality. We're still on chapter 2 on personality section, but mysterious behavior, action, and activity time. This is your counseling session. It's full of information about you and others. I'll get a little glimpse, you'll get a little glimpse why we do the things we do and why other people do the things they do. Don't forget your pen and notebook. It's important to write down the information you need to become a better you. Pen and write pad. Don't forget your workbook, our mysterious behavior box. Remember, I am using cats as an analogy to help you get a concept of personality categories. Again, I'm not an authority on cat personalities, so I don't want any cat officials calling me about cat personality or their life. So let's get started. Mysterious behavior, action, and activity time. Now, do not rush through this exercise. You can stop and go your video at any time with any of these exercises. You may need to go back to the chapter on personality and read the first 2 pages and write down the different types of personality. I had to do it. What I did is I divided it into 4 cats. I wrote down all their traits so I can refer back to this particular exercise. Some of them had 10, some of them had 20, some of them had 16. So I wrote it down on a sheet of paper. Okay? Then we can start our first exercise. Write down the cat personality that best fits you. Again, you can refer back to personality. My dominant personality is the Siamese cat, and there's about 12 traits there. I don't necessarily fit all of them, but I fit most of them. The second one is the Bernese cat. That's the second one. Your next exercise will help you understand your behavior better, as well as others. But to get a better, accurate assessment, again, personality, take the test. Use the analogy of the cat and write down personality traits of each family member in your household. Explain how their personality has affected your household. And if you don't want to write down everyone, well, it's okay. But if you take the time to write down each one of them, it will help you better understand your family dynamics. I only have my husband in the household and me, the 2 of us. We're older, so our dynamics with each other is different. When we first got married, it was a little bit more challenging. At that time, we didn't know anything or understood anything about personality differences. If you would do these exercises every year, you will see how the dynamics will change in your family. Also, as you begin to understand your family personality, and if you're willing to do something about it, you will see positive change in your family. Another thing, you may live alone, by yourself, then write down the person you most interact with and how his or her personality affects you. Again, use an analogy of the cat. I want you to write down personality traits of each family member in your household. Explain how their personality has affected your household. It's very important. So let's get started. Let's use an example. Let's say your mother-in-law lived with you. Her personality is more like the bobcat. She's a perfectionist. You are a Bernese cat, which neatness is not your strong point. She likes everything perfect and neat and clean all the time. She's kind of gloomy sometimes and depressing, and you're quite the opposite. You two clash all the time, which makes a very unpleasant environment in your home. Let's say your mother's name is Carolyn Jackson. She is a Bombay cat because she seems to have an obsession with keeping the house clean all the time. And you don't have the time to clean the house like she wants to, nor do you want to clean the house like she wants to. So you bump heads. Now her comments may be, you shouldn't have to clean behind grown folks all the time. Another example, let's say we're, as parents, have our parents, and we're providers for our parents. Let's say your dad is living with you and he's 76 years old. He has health problems now. He's strong-willed and he's bossy, and he can be very confrontational. It is your home now. The rules have changed. It is not his home, and you and your dad personality are different. Therefore, you have conflicts. So how does your personality and your father personality affect the household? It's not good. Needs to do some compromising here. So I hope you're getting the picture now. The different personality in your household can be a problem. Finally, the next exercise is going to be very important because it will give you some important information on what to do about these different personalities. You have the involvement chart in your book, workbook. What will you do next to write down other people environment? It could be work, home, church, social gatherings, religious gatherings, their personality traits. The chart in the book will help you solve or at least become aware of some of your problems, personality problems in your workbook. So this chart is called Personality Involvement Chart. Use the analogy of the cats. As you can see, there's going to be 5 columns in this chart. The first column says, where are you having this problem? You can say at home, but we're going to say, as an example, it's at work. Who is involved? The person involved. It's a co-worker. So write the problem you are having with that person. That's number 3. And you said her friendliness involves talking and giving out too much information about herself and others. She doesn't work well with others, and she does not do her work in a timely manner. So the 4th thing you're going to do is write down 2 personalities that are involved. You might have to go back to your chart. She's very loud, she's over-friendly, and she procrastinates. What personality cat does she sound like to you? Find out. Write it down. Now the 5th column is very important because it's a solution that you may have for your coworker. You're thinking to yourself, well, I'll get some private time with her, and you will tell her how the effects of her telling other people about herself and about other people's business, especially when the person told you in confidence, have hurt the workplace. Depending on what she says and how she reacts to your suggestions will determine what you plan to do about the situation. Now, if you're a supervisor versus just her co-worker, will determine what you plan to do next. Now, do you see how important the chart is? Use extra paper. Put some of these types of assignment in your notebook. It's okay. And just look at the chart in your book and make a column, your own column, and find out what's going on. Do these assignments or activities as often as necessary when you are having personality conflict. With that being said, the moment of truth. Look at yourself. Be honest with yourself. Get to know yourself. Contemplate and contemplate what you need to do. Think about your personality as it relates to others. You need to understand your personality first, yours first. And I want you to answer some of these questions I have here that's in the book. You have to answer them truthfully as you understand yourself. Has your personality interfered with your relationship with others? Are you trying to change who you are? You know, your personality. Do you let other people change who you are? Do you need to tone down your personality to fit certain situation in life? Now, it's okay to make a little personality adjustment when needed, even if you're born with it. Now, I have a few suggestions. Take one of the personality tests. I say that over and over again, I know. Don't try to change someone else's personality. Good luck on that one. Don't try to change your personality. However, you may need to tone it down for certain areas. Now, if you have 2 of the same strong personality and they're negative in the same household, one of you may need to learn to walk away. You get a book to help you understand yourself and help you to understand others. That's important. Take a course to understand personality. That would help. Now stop and make a point to write down several things you have learned about your personality and other people's personality. Don't forget to invite your friends, your family members, and remember, are you ready for more challenges? Start with a positive attitude and continue striving striving to give your best effort. And you will soon overcome some of this immediate problem. Giving up is not an option. Thanks for listening. Go to my website for more insight into a better you, AndreaChapman.net. And it's time for me to say goodbye. And thank you for listening again.